Me and Mom used to run around and do some real bad shit. They got hurt. Now they're coming after us. I'm sorry.
I didn't ask for this. That's just how the cards were rolled out for me.
It's not cards. You don't roll cards. It's dice.
Dad, what is wrong with you?
Hello.
Hello.
Oh my goodness. This film, from that first frame all the way to the end, just completely mind blown in the best way possible. It was the best, longest movie of my life. In the great way, in a great way.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel long, does it?
No, not at all. I truly wanted more, but I wanted to ask both of you, just that theme of no fear and freedom. I'm so curious, within the context of creativity and performance, how has acting for each of you kind of brought you your own liberation?
Well, I think that, I've learned about a lot of things I would have never learned had I not been an actor. I've done movies that deal from policemen to drug cartel to, billionaires, whatever. So I've learned many things, historical figures. So as an actor, because of acting, I've had an incredible education, on many different subjects and historical and you name it. So, and that's maybe one of the fun parts of being an actor and being able to have a career and doing different stories and that take place in different parts of the world, and get to know about different cultures, and so it's been an incredible journey.
I love that, liberation through knowledge in a way.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'd second that. It's almost strangely, not to sound, overly self-important about it, but in a lot of ways, that is our freedom of speech. You know what I mean? We get to play these characters, talk about different subject matters, and it's our way of shining a light on certain issues, and that about humanity, about subject matters, and it's, we're blessed to be able to do that, in this country, because a lot of places don't have that freedom. So, I'm always searching for a movie that doesn't necessarily have meaning, but is thought-provoking, that holds a mirror up to who we are as a society, as people of humanity. And that's what I think the heart of this movie is how to find humanity in a world that is incredibly divided, and he does it with such humor and grace and, action, and it's an entertaining thrill ride. It's not having to take medicine. It's not a film where there's a specific sort of ideology that Paul is putting into it. It's saying this is who we are, this is the world we live in.
Yeah. I've heard it said that art is like the great way, where it's like you're not going to necessarily sway someone over through maybe a speech, but you might sway them by just having them watch something beautiful and then kind of spark that conversation through that. And I wanted to talk a little bit, because you both play revolutionaries in your own way through this. I'm curious for you, Leo, through your environmental activism, how did then working in this role, how did that kind of invigorate that revolutionary spirit within you? And does it almost make you say, I've worked in the system for so many years, maybe it's time to step even more so outside of it so that we see more progress in the environmental scale?
Well, I'm still very much in it, but it's interesting. I mean, this movie is based on some of the revolutionaries and anarchists of the late 60s, the weathermen that were fighting for civil rights, environmentalism too at the time, capitalism, Vietnam. But it's about the implosion of that too, about the extremes that people go to for their own ideology. And this is a movie, fast forward in today's day and age, where you see this sort of systematic breakdown that comes from it if it's not done with grace and purity and consistently, the whole sort of our revolution is dismantled and our past comes back to haunt us. So that's what I love that Paul did. He shows extremity on both sides of the spectrum and how no one seems to be communicating or getting things done in the right way nowadays.
Do you think with this film that that'll kind of start the communication between people?
I think it's close to what you're saying. You know, I don't think you can change anybody, but maybe you can tap something that can start the process of changing, maybe. But I think it's entertainment, you know, and I wouldn't be pompous enough to say movies change people, but it might just open a door that leads to another door that leads to a hallway to another door, and that, you know, I think is more like that.
Yeah. And I wanted to also talk about shooting on VistaVision, and I know that you both improvised that car scene that was hilarious in so many ways. I'm curious, what are some of those added pressures of throwing an improv to a scene like that, knowing that you're very limited on how many takes and how much time you can shoot it?
It was something that was on. I know that there were only a few of these cameras. Hitchcock used a lot of them. There's only been maybe one other film shot since 1961, One-Eyed Jack. So we had all these antique cameras that were sort of put back together. And this guy's driving through El Paso, you know, 50 takes in a row, speeding down the street. I think we clipped one of them, one of the cameras.
We clipped one of them, but I think it was when we were in California, back in California. But yeah, I think, you know, all that improvisation, it's trust. First of all, the director has to trust the actors, and the actors have to trust each other and respect each other. So then we know that we're all working in the same direction. So that was like, I think working with Leo for me was a pleasure, because, you know, we would change it a little bit this way, that way, but at some point you stick to something that has been established, you know, and then, you know, Paul creates this, habitat that allows the actors to explore, you know, and maybe take chances and change something a little bit here and there, but, you know.
I mean, it was absolutely brilliant. And my last quick question for both of you is just, we've seen kind of life imitate art with the immigration storyline and everything happening here, specifically in Los Angeles. What does that mean to both of you, knowing that maybe it wasn't planned essentially, but this is kind of the way the story's playing out?
Look, nobody wants anyone to be separated from their family. You know, this
Compassion.
Yeah, the compassion. That's true. That's.
And I think that, you know, my character shows a little bit, and everyone there that is helping those migrants to move because danger is coming, or, you know, and to just, you know, innocent until proven guilty. So I'm glad that was the approach that Paul was after. You know, that feeling of, like, you know, this feeling of compassion, and, you know, not for personal gain, but for, you know, humanity.
Yeah.
I need you, brother. Sensei, please.
Courage, Bob. Courage.
That's it. Courage. Yeah. Thank you. Hey, thank you, Sensei. Thank you, Sensei. Thank you. God damn it! Viva la revolution!